Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to my stream. My name is Layla Alstroemeria, and I'm a virtual liver / historian in training from NIJISANJI. And just like the title said, today we are going to talk about Indonesian mythology. And yes, we have a bunch of them. Good evening, and welcome. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Alright, without further ado, let's just begin. Oh yeah, and as always, for Indonesian related topic, I will always deliver it in English. So if there's anyone who wants to do a live translation from English to Indonesian and would like to help me, I would really appreciate that. And yes, tonight Laika will be here with me. She's gonna be accompanying me. Yeah, this is a night class because, you know, it's weekdays. Indonesian people and... Oh, I don't know which time zone would work best for all of you. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so, at first, I thought preparing the materials for this stream is gonna be hard since Indonesia has a bunch of myths and legends because of our diversity. Okay, we have diversity. Not to mention each ethnic groups or areas already have quite a number of their own myths. Yeah, we have myths explaining the creation of people or about the deities. Deities? How to pronounce it? Deities? Yeah, okay, anyways. Yeah, other than that, also about demons and even how specific places were created or built. Like, there's a story about how a mountain was actually formed from an upside-down boat that was kicked by an angry man. Your Indonesian friends, you know which story I'm talking about, right? Please don't let me lose faith in you. I hope you know the folklore. Yeah. But anyway, before I read you an Indonesian mythology, let us review. What is mythology in general? So, yeah, basically, it is a common use in a term of education of a myth. So, mythology refers to various collective myths of the community. And I believe most of you already understand what a myth is, right? It's a story told from previous generations to the next generations and eventually became a feature in every culture. Tuh bener, tangkuban perahu, let's go! Yes, tangkuban perahu, wow, okay, you guys remember, very nice. Okay, Okay, these stories explain the origins of nature, history, and customs of the people. Yeah. Myths really have a close relationship with supernatural thing because most of them, if not all, have supernatural elements in them. And just like I said before about the upside-down boat turned into a mountain, when myths explain the origins of something, supernatural things are often included in them. And they are understood as being fictional and also exaggerated, especially since it often cannot be verified at all. You know, like building 1,000 temples in one night. Exaggerated, right? Oh wait, ketutupan Laika ya. Sebentar. Laika kamu tuh ya bandel ya. Malah nutupin dong, bandel kamu. Bentar. Share. Lah elah, kenapa aku jadi mungil? Jangan mungil-mungil, Le. Gedean dikit. Nah. Ini. Kecil sih kecil, tapi nggak kecil-kecil banget juga. Nah, kayak gitu. Mendingan nggak? Mendingan. Kalau nggak aku geser dikit nih. Lighnya geser dikit. Nah, dah. Lah, tapi kan. Yeah, it's okay. We just slide a little bit to the left. Yes. Okie dokie. Okay, so I believe you guys know about mythology. So you get the general idea about mythology, right? Sometimes it often related to supernaturals, and yes, we understand that they are fictional and exaggerated. Most of them explaining the origins of nature's history and customs of the people, even deities, demons, and creation of things, living beings, or places, like how certain people ended up in the certain area, how this building was built, how this old religious architecture was built, or how does this happen, how we got this plant growing from the earth. Yeah, something like that. Yes. Okay, so now I will read you one of the famous mythologies in Indonesia. Okay, so I will tell you a story about Dewi Sri. She is the goddess of nature, specifically a rice goddess, and often associated with wealth and prosperity as well, because food lots of food means prosper. Oh wow, guru saya ada yang namanya Sri Dewi. Oh, someone said in chat that one of their teachers' name is Sri Dewi. Well, okay. So apparently her parents really want her to grow as a beautiful and smart and elegant woman. Okay, so yeah. Dewi Sri, she is a goddess of nature, specifically a rice goddess, and as you may know, rice is the staple food in Indonesia, right? That's why Indonesian people say something like, if you haven't eaten rice, then you haven't had your meals. If you don't have rice on your in your meal, that means it's just a snack and not real meal. Yeah, like that. Therefore, she's also associated with wealth and prosperity. And her story is native to Japanese. Javanese and Sundanese people. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah. Typo di mulut biasa. Okay, yeah. And she was also equated with Sri Lakshmi, the Hindu goddess. And by the way, there is a popular saying in Indonesia, well, elderly saying to little children, or some parents, they will tell their children something like, finish your rice. In this case, is food. Or Dewi Sri would cry, seeing the leftover rice. Sri would cry upon seeing the leftover rice. Yang itu loh biasa suka dibilang, abisin nasinya, nanti Dewi Sri nangis loh kalau disisain, kayak gitu. Sering pernah denger nggak guru atau orang tua ngomong kayak gitu? Abisin nasinya, nanti Dewi Sri nangis loh kalau disisain. Kayaknya Layla cuma pernah, nggak pernah denger sih kayaknya. Layla taunya tuh setelah tahu ceritanya Dewi Sri. Tapi kalau personally, orang tuanya Layla kayak nggak terlalu tahu soal mitologinya Indonesia juga. Jadi mereka nggak pernah ngomong kayak gitu. Well, personally, my parents never said that to me. So the first time I heard about this saying was when I first heard about Dewi Sri mythology. Yeah. Oh, will be test. No. Well, I don't think this will be on test unless. Pernahnya dibilang petaninya nangis. Oh, someone said in chat that the farmer would cry. Oh, okay. Someone else said that the rice would cry. Wow, the rice would cry. Okay. I've never been told that. Maybe because I'm a glutton. Or maybe because I just don't really like to eat rice at all. Anyways. Okay, let me tell you a short story about Dewi Sri. And keep in mind, I typed this myself to shorten up the long version of it. So the mythology is really, really long, so I typed it myself to make it shorter so it will be suitable for the stream. Hopefully, I think it's just gonna take about 15 to 20 minutes. Alright then, so buckle up. I will read to you now, so hopefully you will enjoy the ride. We'll change the BGM now. Hopefully this is gonna be a more suitable sound, more suitable music. So how's about the volume? Is the BGM okay? Oh yeah, if you didn't finish the rice itself would crack. Enjoy the rice, should have been enjoy the rice. Okay, I can change that! Enjoy the rice. I can always change that. There you go. Enjoy the rice. Alright. Itulah kenapa nasi goreng ada. Yeah, that's why fried rice exists, guys. So you wouldn't waste the leftover rice. Well, rice. Nice. Okay, wait a second. I'll show you this. Yup. Did this feel good? Yup. There you go. Dewi Sri. My soldier, rise! You rise me up! Okay, jokes aside. Okay, I need to get serious now. A long, long time ago, up above in heaven, the highest god of all, Batara Guru, commanded all gods and goddesses to contribute their power for building a new palace. No one could disobey this order, for their arms and legs would pay the price for their laziness. Upon hearing Batara Guru's commandment, one of the gods, Antaboga, he's basically a Naga god or a serpent god. Naga means dragon in English. So he is a dragon kinda god, a serpent. So Antaboga became very anxious. Well, he had a good reason for it. He didn't have any arms or legs. How could he possibly do the job? How about using magical powers, you say? I don't think he had any, because if he did, he wouldn't be this anxious, would he? Yeah, though I wonder what will Batara Guru have chopped off of him. He didn't have any arms and legs to begin with. What to chop? His head? Scary. Well, anyways, Antaboga sought advice from Batara Guru's younger brother. His name was Batara Narada. But Batara Narada just got confused and said, "Oh, it's just your bad luck, I guess." Poor Antaboga. He was very upset and he cried. As he was crying, three teardrops dropped to the ground. And then a miraculous thing happened. The second the teardrops touched the ground, they turned into 3 beautiful shining eggs like those of beautiful pearls. Or jewels, you might say. So now he had these 3 beautiful shining eggs, okay? Batara Narada saw that happened and advised him to quickly offer the shining eggs to Batara Guru in hope that Batara Guru would give a fair judgment looking at Antaboga's disability. He didn't have any arms and legs. I wonder what kind of dragon doesn't have 4 legs. Oh wait, he's a serpent. He's a serpent. It's more like a snake. So, holding the eggs in his mouth, Antaboga quickly went to Batara Guru Palace. But the journey wasn't an easy one. On the way, he was approached by an eagle who asked him a question. What question did you ask? It's a mystery. I don't know what question. I cannot find it. I couldn't find what question is that. Anyway, Antaboga kept silent. Well, how could he answer? He was holding 3 eggs in his mouth. His life depended on these eggs. So the eagle became furious. How dare you ignore me, arrogant god? Well, I believe that wasn't the sound of that wasn't the voice of the eagle. But okay, I tried my best, sorry. And the eagle just attacked the poor god, poor Antaboga. One of the eggs fell from his mouth and shattered on the earth. Antaboga then tried to hide in the bushes, but the eagle was already there, waiting for him. It attacked Antaboga once again. And another egg fell. Uh-oh. Gacha ampas moment. Now, both of the eggs that had fallen to the earth became the twin boars, Kalabuat and Buduk Basu, which will be the symbol of rice pestilence in another part of the story. Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot to... Oopsies! Yeah, I forgot to type the name of both of the boars, so... 2 boars. Their name are Kalabuat and Buduk Basu. Alright, there you go. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, so there you go. We have the name now. Twin boars. They will be the symbol of rice pestilence in another part of the story. Jadi jadi simbol hama gitu, simbol hama padi. Okay, so let's continue. Only 1 egg remained. At last, Antaboga arrived at the palace. He then offered the last remaining egg to Batara Guru. Thankfully, Batara Guru accepted his offer and asked him to nest the egg until it hatched. What a miracle! A beautiful baby girl, just like in every single mythology, was hatched from the egg. Is it always a beautiful baby girl? The baby girl was given to Batara Guru and his wife, and they named the baby this Nyai Pohaci Sanghyang Asri, who grew up to be a beautiful princess. Oh, by the way, her nickname will be Nyi Pohaci, so I will just call her that from now on, okay? And by the way, this is where the sad part begins. Apparently, Nyi Pohaci was too beautiful when she grew up as an adult. Every single god who saw her became attracted to her. Even her foster father, Batara Guru, began to have desires for his foster daughter. Uh-oh, red flag! The other gods and goddesses became worried. They thought, this is not good. This might bring calamity to the harmony in heaven. We must separate them at once. Then, to keep everything in order, all the gods planned for Nyi Pohaci to die. Yes, to burn. The plan was to poison her. And after she died, her body was buried somewhere on Earth in a far and hidden place. So yeah, their plan succeeded. She got poisoned, and after that she passed away. She is buried somewhere in a secret place. But another miracle happened. Because of her innocence and dignity, from her grave grew some plants that would forever benefit mankind. From the spot where her head laid grew a coconut. From her nose, lips, and ears, various spices and vegetables grew. From her hair, grass and flowers. From her breast, fruit plants. And there's so much more other plants that grew from her body. Basically, a lot of edible plants and any plants that would benefit mankind grew from every single part of her body, including her kuchi. Yeah. And finally, from her belly button grew a plant that will be forever associated with her. Bagi, or rice. In another version, the rice was told to grow from her eyes instead of her belly button. Yeah, so on her right eye grew white rice, and on her left eye, brown rice. Well, we have another version of this mythology of Dewi Sri, but I prefer the version that I read to you earlier because the other version might be not safe for work because there's gonna be a lot of not so family-friendly things. That's why I chose this version instead. Very specific details. Too brutal and not exactly too brutal. I think it's the other. The other sensitive topic. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. We still have a bunch of myths. Yeah. Other than Dewi Sri, we still have other myths which could be made into a long series, which is a myth that was adopted from a Hindu epic, Mahabharata. It's the famous story of the Pandavas, and Rama and Sinta was included in this epic. And another famous mythology is about Nyai Roro Kidul, the queen of the Southern Ocean, believed in Indonesia as one of the most powerful deities. So I think she's not a goddess, she's a deity. She's like the protector of the ocean, the guardian of the ocean. So, and she has like lots and lots of subordinates placed all over Indonesia. It's the ruler of the South Seas, the queen. The myth surrounding her is so popular, you might be able to listen to bus passengers talking about the myth when you're riding the bus along the coast of her territory in Indonesia. So someday, if there's any overseas viewers here, if you guys have a chance to travel to Indonesia and visit Java Island and go to the southern part of the island along the coast, when you're taking the bus along the coast, you might be able to listen to the story, you know, from the passengers, especially if you look like bule or foreigner. They might really eager to tell you about the story of Nyai Roro Kidul, especially if you ask about her to them. Just mention her name. Do you know who is Nyai Roro Kidul? Yeah. And so many more. Yeah, just like mythology from other countries, some could be dramatic, sad, funny, full of riddles and mysteries, illogical, or even dark. Yeah, we have a lot of dark mythology, you know, that including the sacrifice or chopping arms or legs, or you know, like eliminating a bunch of people in the village. One of the story is about it's one of my favorite, but it really is dark. Well, not dark, but the ending is kind of dark because it includes an elimination of every single people in that village. What is the name again? I forgot the title, but I still remember the story. If you want to, I can tell you the really short story of that one. Yeah, but yeah, for other mythology, feel free to look for some titles and read them in your free time because our myths and lore are interesting. We have very interesting lore in our myths, and we sometimes have various versions of each. What's it called again? Of each mythology. Which story? Nyai or Nyi? Well, basically both are the same. Yes, Hindu epic in Indonesia is a bit different from the original because the ones in Indonesia are basically adapted. Yeah, they're adapted, so it's not the original. Apa sih itu namanya? Cerita rakyat cabut lidi terus banjir. Apa sih? Oh, rawa pening teh. Rawa pening teh, aku lupa judulnya. Iya, rawa pening, bikin pening aja nih aku. Yeah. So one of my favorite mythology is about rawa pening. It's about how the lake formed in this area. And the ending is kind of dark. Rawa pening is quiet. Okay, I will just type it here. Okay, one of my favorite. Rawa pening. Okay, yeah. So in Indonesia we have lots and lots of the origin mythology, you know, mythology of origins of things, you know. So if you guys want me to tell you the story about rawa pening, I can tell you about that, but I haven't typed it in, so my story is gonna be kind of messy. Yeah, it's a lake. It's like a small lake, but it is called as rawa pening. Rawa is basically, suddenly I forgot what does rawa called in English. Rawa in English, it's a swamp. Yeah, swamp. Thank you. It's a swamp. The origin of a certain swamp. Yeah, okay, so this is the myth of rawa pening. Okay, enjoy the ride, but this is gonna be messy. Alright, okay, rawa pening. I will tell you the story now. Enjoy the messy ride. Okay. Okay, so a long time ago, there's a boy whose name is Baroklinting. Basically, he is a teenager. And he lives in a village which is called as Ngasem village. Yeah, the village name is Ngasem. Ngasem means sour. Make it sour. The village is located on the foot of the mountain Telomoyo. Okay. And the village elder's name is Ki Sela Gondang. And he had a daughter named Endang Sawitri. Okay. So one day, the villagers in Ngasem village, they have this event which is called as Bersih Desa, or it's basically an event where you do like the village cleaning together with all the villagers. So everyone doing the cleaning day together. Yeah. Okay. But when they are doing this sacred event, they need to have some kind of protective jimat tuh apa sih? Jimat in English, not amulet, like a lucky charm. Yeah, lucky charm. Amulet, talisman. Okay, talisman. Yeah, they need to prepare a talisman so the event would be safe. You know, like safe from any calamity that will come to their village. And yeah, so the talisman that we said there, the said talisman, is a sacred talisman owned by Ki Hajar Salokantara. So the village elder, Mr. Gondang, he sent his daughter to borrow the sacred talisman from Ki Hajar Salokantara. There you go. The daughter just went with the mission. Okay, so okay, father, I will get that for you. And so yeah, the daughter, Miss Endang finally met Mr. Salokantara, and she told that guy, he told that man, "Excuse me, sir, I want to borrow your talisman for, the village event." Okay, and Mr. Salokantara just, okay, you can borrow this, it's okay. But before Miss Endang walks home, Mr. Salokantara warned her, "Please be careful. Don't let the talisman rest on your lap. So do not place it on your lap, okay? Just hold it in your hands." Miss Endang said, "Okay." But when she was walking home, she got tired and she rested a bit. And she didn't realize that she actually put the sacred talisman on her lap. That's why and then suddenly Miss Endang's belly felt, it's really hurt. She said, "Oh my god, my belly, my stomach, it hurts." And yeah, Kiara, "It hurts." Kiara said, "Yeah, it hurts." She only had one rule and she failed. When she arrived at the village, her illness became worse and worse for each day. And after the village... Tabib apa sih? Wait a second, my English is so bad right now. Tabib. Okay, so the village physician, the village traditional healer checked on her. Of course, because she's the daughter of the village elder. Why wouldn't they check on her? And you know what is the diagnosis? The prognosis? What is the prognosis? So they diagnose her as being pregnant. My brain. Of course, it will always be pregnant. And yeah, Miss Endang is now pregnant. And then, the village elder, Mr. Gondang, he got really confused. Like, how possibly my daughter got pregnant just after fetching a sacred talisman? What just happened? And then Mr. Gondang went to, do you remember Mr. Salokantara who owned the sacred talisman, to check on his daughter? Because, Mr. Gondang actually became really suspicious of Mr. Salokantara. Did you make my daughter pregnant? Because I only sent her to you, and when she came back home, she suddenly got pregnant. Who else made her pregnant? You're a sussy! And yeah, Mr. Salokantara, with a very heavy heart, he said, okay, I will marry your daughter then. So Mr. Salokantara and Miss Endang, they got married. And as the time goes, the due date is here, baby's due, and there you go. Labor Day. So Miss Endang finally gave birth to a baby.
But the baby is not a human. Do you want to guess what the baby is?
The baby is a dragon! No. This is not a serpent anymore. They said that this is a dragon. This is a dragon. He has arms and legs. Yeah, he has arms and legs. Okay, Kiara is really angry with me right now because I only brought Laika. She gets really jealous. Okay, anyways, okay. By the way, the dragon is a boy. The name of the dragon is Baroklinting. He's a boy. So, where did this Baroklinting name came from? It's basically the name of the talisman. The sacred talisman's name is actually Baroklinting now. Now we know. I think the deity inside the talisman just moved into her womb. That's why Mr. Salokantara told her, be careful, don't put the talisman on your lap. Because you're a girl. You could get pregnant. Yeah. Okay, as the time goes, Baroklinting grew older and he's now a big boy. He asked, He asked his mother, Mom, where is my dad? Where is my father? So Miss Endang, now she's Mrs. Endang, now told him that, oh, your father's name is Mr. Salokantara, and right now he is meditating under a mountain Talomoyo. Yeah, so basically when she gave birth, after she gave birth to Baroklinting, Mr. Salokantara, her husband, went to meditate and he hadn't come back since. Yeah. And then Baroklinting asked for his mother's permission to meet his father at Mountain Talomoyo. Mrs. Endang said, oh yeah, it's okay. You can meet your father, of course. And oh, by the way, don't forget to bring this sacred talisman as a proof that you are the son of Ki Hajar Salokantara. And there you go, Baru Klinting began his adventure to Mount Lomoyo. And finally he arrived there. After he arrived, he made another
36.000 dari Eka Naradipa D. Pesan,
another
Baru
pertapa apa
Klinting,
sih?
Ibu, mengapa aku berbeda?
Another hermit. Oh, thank you for the donation, Eka Naradipa. Baru Klinting. Ibu, mengapa aku berbeda? Ya kamu naga. Kalau sekarang kamu bisa jadi Vtuber, nak. Sekarang kamu bisa jadi Vtuber karena kamu naga. Kamu bisa jadi anime, kamu bisa jadi apapun yang kamu inginkan. Karena sekarang orang-orang malah kepengen jadi naga, pengen jadi anjing, pengen jadi kucing, pengen jadi coro, pengen jadi apa aja tuh? Pengen jadi naga. Kita punya naga kok di NIJISANJI. maaf. ya gitu kan. Kalian kalau jadi Vtuber bisa jadi apa aja kan? Ya udah lanjut. Sorry for the stupid intermezzo. Let me continue. And yeah, so he finally arrived at Mount Lomoyo, and then Baru Klinting met another hermit, and he asked, "Excuse me, Mr. Hermit, do you know where Ki Hajar Salokantara's meditating location? Because I need to find him. I am his son, and I really want to meet my father." And then the hermit was surprised, because that hermit is Ki Hajar Salokantara himself. "Oh, hey son, I am your
Father.
I am your father moment here." And so Mr. Salokantara asked Baru Klinting, why are you looking for me? Why were you looking for me? You are a dragon. My son couldn't possibly be a dragon. I'm a human. See, I'm a human, my wife a human, and you're a dragon. So, how? Okay, I don't understand how this works here. Okay. And then the dragon said, "Well, I can talk like a human because I am your son. My mother is Mrs. Endang." And then Mr. Salokantara said, "Sassy, do you have any proof that you are my son?" Baru Klinting just showed the sacred talisman. "So, here it is. This is a talisman that my mother gave to me, so I can show it to you." Why is he British? No, I don't know. Okay, and then after that, Mr. Salokantara, he saw that sacred talisman, yes? And okay, this is mine, but I'm still not sure. I'm still not convinced. I am a powerful man. I meditate a really, really long time. If you really are my son, then you must be as strong as me. So give me a proof. Can you're a dragon, right? Can you circle the mountain with your body? Because you have a really long body and you're a dragon, you know? And Baru Klinting just, okay, easy peasy lemon not squeezy. There you go, I just circled the mountains, sir. I am your son. Do you believe it now? And finally, Mr. Salokantara, just approved that Baru Klinting really is his son. Imagine the son just whips out the DNA test result. Yeah, but this is a myth. DNA wouldn't work. I mean, DNA is not cool for them. For myth, they want the boy to to circle the mountain instead. So it would look more like powerful. Yeah, okay, Dragon Boy, Best Boy, yeah, let's go. Okay, and then Mr. Salokantara asked his son, Baru Klinting, to meditate so he can change his appearance to be a human. Finally a human. So to disguise, so he wouldn't be sassy at all time. But in the middle of the meditation, there are some people, some villagers from another village near the mountain. Yeah, the village is called as Desa Patok. This is another village. Okay, I will type it for you. Patok village. Okay. Yeah, what a coincidence. There are some people from Patok village who are doing a hunt. They're hunting dragons because they want to cook the dragon so they can be powerful, so they can inherit the dragon's power. Yeah, and they saw the body of the dragon. Okay. They saw the body of the dragon. Basically, they saw the body of Battle Clinting, his dragon form. Okay, so they just cut the dragon's body a little bit, just a little bit of the body, just a little bit of the body parts, and then bring them home. So after meditating, Battle Clinting finally turned into a human, but his dragon body got chopped by random villagers, right? So there's an open wound. He got an open wound there, and the wound is really bad. It got it's rotting because it's been a while, and the smell is so bad, because it's an open wound, and he meditate not only for days, but it's for a really long time, just like his father. And then Battle Clinting went down from the mountain, and he arrived at this Patok village. And in the village, Battle Clinting met with some people who are holding a very big feast. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'm trying to translate Indonesian words to English in my brain. That's why I'm stuttering. I'm really sorry about that. Yeah. So Battle Clinting finally arrived in a village, and in such a coincidence, that village being Patok village. Remember the hunters? Yeah. And he saw the people is actually they're holding a feast with a lot of mouth-watering dishes. So Battle Clinting was really hungry after his long meditation, and he tried to gain his courage and ask for food to the villagers. But the villagers said, "No! Go away! You are smelly!" Basically, you smell. Ike, I need a little help here, Ike. No, Ike? Okay. Yeah, they said, "You smell, go away." And then, so Battle Clinting just went away, and he walked in the village, hungry, starving. Basically, he was so weak. And in the middle of the road, he finally met an elderly woman. And he asked, "Excuse me, ma'am, excuse me, grandma, can I have some food or water? I'm so hungry." And this grandma, he said, "Oh my God, poor boy, come on, come here, come to my house. I will feed you. I will give you water." And so Battle Clinting just had finally he ate something. And after he finished eating, he told the grandma to prepare some kind of, not a barrel, but it's like mortar, like a very big mortar. Okay, so intermezzo. Okay, here in Indonesia, in some rural places, like in the village, they are using a very big mortar to, to hit the rice and to separate them from the skin, to separate the rice from the shells, from the rice shells. And it's a very big mortar. Basically, you can sit inside it, It's like a witch cauldron. Yeah, it looks like a witch it's not looks like, sorry. It doesn't look like a witch cauldron. It looks like a normal mortar, but very big. But the size is almost the same as a witch cauldron. Basically, you can just sit inside the huge mortar. Okay, not the mortar to shell. Like the mortar to to hit the rice. Buat numbuk padi itu loh. Apa sih? Not artillery mortar, okay? Yeah, not artillery mortar. It's lesung. In Indonesia, we call it as lesung. How does it called? Okay, mortar. Like a cooking mortar, rice mortar. You know mortar, right? Like the kitchen mortar, like mortar and pestle. Yes. Yeah, you know that, right? Okay. And yeah, so Baru Clinting told the grandma, okay, grandma, please prepare the huge mortar that you have and just sit inside that mortar if you hear some kind of a thundery sound at the village. Okay? Grandma said, okay, what you said just now doesn't make sense, but okay, I don't have anything to do. I will sit inside my mortar then. Alright then, have a safe trip home, boy. Bye-bye. Okay, so they said their goodbyes, but Baru Clinting didn't go home directly. He actually went back to the village, like to the center of the village, to the village square, where they are holding the feast. But he didn't come empty-handed. He bring a little lady. What does lady called in English? Okay, wait a second. Let me try to translate this. Lady. Okay, stick. So he brought a little stick with him. A little tiny stick. Okay. And he arrived at the place where they are holding the feast, the village square. And without saying anything, Baru Clinting just stabbed the stick on the ground and asked the villagers to pull out the stick. Keep in mind, this is a very thin and small stick, so it's not like a walking stick or a stick that fallen from the tree. It's not like that. It's a very thin stick, like a spaghetti, like one spaghetti stick, as thin as a needle, not even a branch. Yes, ultra thin, like spaghetti. Yeah. There, he stabbed the spaghetti on the ground. So, villagers... Okay, I'm talking as Baru Clinting now. Okay then, villagers, can anyone pull out the little teeny tiny stick like that looks like a spaghetti here? Are you strong enough to pull it out? But not a single person strong enough to pull out the stick, the spaghetti. There's even a few people who are trying to pull out the stick together, but they also couldn't do it. And finally, Baru Clinting showed his power. Behold the power of a dragon! pulled out the stick easily and threw it to a mountain. And from the little hole on the ground, suddenly, water just came out and it became a tsunami! And then the water that came out from the hole just getting bigger and bigger. Like there are a lot of water happening here. There's a lot of water. Just like flood. It's flooding. And after hearing, and because of the amount of water, it's basically a tsunami. You remember the grandma, right? The grandma heard the water sound. The water sound really loud, just like thundery sounds. And the grandma, who actually not sitting inside the mortar, finally ran to the mortar and sit inside the mortar. And yeah, basically she just used the mortar as a boat. She floated. She and the mortar floated on the water. And she finally arrived somewhere. Like she landed on the ground. Very it's a different places from where she came from. She just landed there. And by the grandma, the flooded village is being named Rawapening. Yeah. And if you went there, if you went to Rawapening someday, if you have a chance, you might get this story from the villagers there, because it's a story that's being told generations to generation in that area. And it became one of the most popular myths in Indonesia. Confused swamp. Hello Korean, thank you for coming. Thank you. You're confused swamp. Oh yeah. Fun fact, pening here, it actually means dizzy. It literally means dizzy in Indonesia. So if you had if your head hurts, you can say, "Oh my god, my head is pening." Yeah, it's interesting how so many early stories from different places also feature a massive flood. Maybe they just want to, they just want to tell the story about how a certain places with a lot of water was formed, was originated. Now, like whenever you found a place with a body of water, like a lake or a river or even oceans, you might, you might think, okay, how was this formed? How was this lake formed? How was this swamp formed? Is it because of the tectonic power? Or is it because of earthquakes? Is it because of volcanic eruption or something? That's why the hole is formed and then the hole was finally filled with water. Yeah. Now we in modern times will think like that, but people back then, hundreds or thousands of years ago, they didn't think the same way as we did. They believed in the higher power. They believe in supernatural powers. That's why, for one of other reasons, they finally made up this myth. And it's just became a legend for that place. Yeah, so that's it. That's one of my most favorite myth in Indonesia, Rawapening. I'm sorry for the messy storytelling because I didn't prepare this one. I only prepared Dewi Sri, but I saw that my streaming duration was still too short. That's why I decided to just let me just tell you a story about one of my favorite mythology in Indonesia. I tried at least, yeah. I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about, by the way. I hope you guys understand the story. Even though my English is so bad and messy, I'm so sorry about that. It was very good and interesting. Thank you so much. Yeah, their science can't explain. So they believe in beliefs. Yeah, I agree about that. Because back then, the science wasn't developed as good as now. Okay? We now have a lot of tools, a lot of studies for science. But back then, they can only use their brain. Like, they don't have anything else to prove why this lake is here. How could the body of water moved from the ocean to this lake? How does the water ended up here? How did the water end up here? How? Yeah. Lady is overpowered at the time. Yeah, it's a very strong weapon apparently. Yeah. They believe what they see and hear. They only believe what they see and hear. Thank you if you think that my English is good. Yeah, sometimes I'm sorry if I keep saying sorry because sometimes I'm really self-aware. I'm really aware that I'm stuttering a lot whenever I'm talking in English because I'm trying to translate a lot of words from Indonesian to English. I wish someday my brain can just do that automatically without having to translate anything in my brain, you know. Maafkan aku telat, kedengaran kita di tempat yang menarik. Iya, tadi lagi ngomongin salah satu mitologi favoritnya Layla. What to them is magic, to us is science. Yes! By Odin, Marvel Cinematic Universe. Thank you. Yeah, you'll get there eventually. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm trying my best. I will talk in English every day, even with my friends. Even though they might get angry at me, I will just say to them, guys, I need to work on my English. So please train with me. Thank you for enjoying that. Okay. Anyways, discussion time. Yep, discussion time. Okay. Discussion time. Okay, so chat, Indonesian viewers. Huh? I need your help. If you guys have your favorite Indonesian mythology, thank you so much for the donations, SarJY. That's a great topic, thank you, Layla. And never worry, translating on the fly is pretty challenging task, and you're doing great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My brain is actually really full of languages right now because I'm trying to study 2 more languages. The first one is Japanese, so I can talk with the other senpai, and the other one is the other language that I need for survival. My brain is really confused right now. Anyways, yeah, okay, so chat, Indonesian viewers, can you help me by giving Indonesian mythology recommendations for our overseas viewers to read? Please give them the most interesting ones that you can think of. Yeah. Thank you so much. I don't know what Lady is in EN, but what I know is Lady is an indeed powerful weapon up till this now. Okay, Lady is basically a really small and thin stick, like one single spaghetti. Yeah, so if you have seen one single spaghetti, just maybe split it in half, or maybe like in a quarter. It's basically Lady. Ooh, thank you, people. Yeah, Danau Batur. Oh yeah, I've heard about Danau Batur. Yeah, Nyi Roro Kidul is also really powerful deity mythology. Malin Kundang. Oh yeah, Garuda. Oh yeah, Malin Kundang, guys. Malin Kundang has the same vibe with Barrow Clinting, but it's more like the boy is actually the one who's being punished. The ending is pretty dark as well, where he got turned into a stone. But you might want to read the story. Malin Kundang is a pretty simple but dark story. We have a lot of dark mythology in Indonesia. I don't know why. Maybe because they want to punish people. I think they just want to convey they want to convey lessons, like not real life lessons, but like moral lessons in life, you know. Okay, yeah. Sangkuriang! Yeah, Sangkuriang! So, the story of Sangkuriang is the one that I told you before. This is when I asked my Indonesian viewers about if they remember the story about a boat that turned into a mountain after being kicked by an angry man. Basically, that's the story of Sangkuriang. Sangkuriang and Roro Jonggrang. The flipping boat mountain. Banaspati. Yeah, Banaspati is also a myth. It's about the demon. It's about the curse. If you guys watch my collab with my friend who actually already graduated. Yeah, basically we talk a bit about Banaspati. Yeah, what else? Barong! Yeah, Barong. Barong, the sacred deity in Balinese, in Bali. Balinese sacred deity. It's Barong. It looks like a lion and a dragon combined into one being. That's a Barong. Actually, I think it's more than a dragon and a lion. I think they have like 4 animals combined into one. Not so sure. Banaspati and Barong. Oh, thank you, Janu, for coming. Thank you, Janu, for visiting. Do you want to talk about mythology someday? You know, Indonesian mythology. Maybe we can discuss about it together. If you want, I can make you a guest in ALSTROEPEDIA series. If you want, only if you want. Okay, so next. Timun Mas. Yeah, Timun Mas is also a wild one, and someone said Timun Mas has a wild dojin plot, not gonna lie, yes. So if you guys really like fantasy type of mythology, you might want to read Timun Mas. It's gonna be a wild ride, even wilder than Rawa Pening and Dewi Sri. So Dewi Sri is considered a really calm and beautiful mythology, while Rawa Pening is all about revenge. Timun Mas is about fantasy. It's really fantasy-like. It's kind of similar to Jack and the Beanstalk, in my opinion. But you really need to read it by yourself if you want to experience the ride. Yeah, it's really wild. Yeah, I think a lot of mythology is just dark everywhere because life was very hard back then. Oh yeah, you're right. You got a point there. Hey, do you have Garuda too? Yes, we have Garuda. In fact, actually, we have Garuda bird as our national symbol, country symbol, national symbol. I don't know what's the correct term for it, but I believe Garuda bird is the Indonesian national symbol. Ratu Adil. Oh, Ratu Adil is more like a legend. Well, it's also mythology. And it's also, other than the mythology, other than the myth, Ratu Adil is also a, ramalan tuh apa sih? Aduh, ramalan. Ramalan. I don't know what is ramalan in English. Ramalan. Not forecast. A prophecy. Prophecy. Ratu Adil prophecy is really interesting. And the riddle can give you goosebumps because some of the prophecies actually, people believe that some of the prophecy actually happened in Indonesia from year to year. Yeah, thank you for a package. Yeah, Rama and Shinta. Yes, it's counted as an Indonesian myth because you know the adaptation is crazy. I know it's originated from Mahabharata, a Hindu epic, but yeah, they got it adapted to an Indonesian myth. Yeah, Lutung Kasarung. I also like that one. Lutung Kasarung. So Lutung basically is a type of monkey. Lutung Kasarung is really crazy. I think Lutung Kasarung has some kind of relation to Rama and Shinta, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Mahabharata and Ramayana is different myth. Yes. Both of them are the two biggest Hindu epic. Oh, that's Hanuman. Oh, sorry. That's Hanuman. Sorry about that. I remember the different monkey then. Hanuman is also a monkey. Okay, sorry guys. So actually the monkey who's related to Rama and Shinta legend is Hanuman. It's not Lutung Kasarung. Lutung Kasarung is another different story. Yeah. I got confused between both of them because both of them are monkeys. I think the Lutung is a faction in Rama and Shinta story. Oh, I see. Oh, and welcome Aqua Grimoire to Club Alstroemeria. I can see that you are joining for the first time. Okay, so let me pull up the ritual. Turn on the river. Welcome to Club Alstroemeria. You just made one of the best decisions in your life. Thank you for joining. I hope you will enjoy your stay. Yeah, there's a ritual in a member. Oh, but it's a club. It's a club, not a cult, okay? It's a club. What's the difference between mythology and folklore? Oh, that's actually a good question. Okay, so, Superchat arigato, Aqua Grimoire. Thank you so much. Okay, so, let me pull up the difference. So, here you go. Folklore can be included in mythology. Because mythology is actually covers something in a bigger scope, bigger scale, you know, like something that is extremely big in range of time and geographical range, you know. So mythology, like the mythology of Dewi Sri, you know, we are talking about the origin of the rice and other plants. Basically, it's bigger in scope. That's why it's mythology. But folklore, usually it's smaller, and sometimes it can also be included as the mythology of some people. Now, so they are practically has the same trait about the legendary, about telling the traditional or legendary story, explaining how this thing happened, the phenomenon, the origin of a place. But mythology is in a bigger scope. Okay. Folklore builds into mythology over time, I guess. Well, I think you can say it like that. Yeah, see? Folklore, my neighbor turned into a goat. Mythology. The god of agriculture got angry at the person for killing animals, so he turned him into a goat. Yeah, that's a very good explanation. Thank you so much, Blackwing Raptor Knight Sang. I like how you have raptor in your name. Yeah, folklore is from tribe, mythology is civilization. Accurate analogy. We are very good. I was here a few streams before, but I was at work. It's okay. Good luck at your work. Ganbatte. And soon work. You're accurate. Wow. Okay, I found a diagram. Of the myth and folklore, the difference between them, but I don't know if I can pull it up on my stream because it's an image on Google. But yeah. So yeah, myth. Basically a traditional story explaining a historical or religious phenomenon to the audience. So it's like the origins. It's like telling them the story of the origins. Now, like a bigger scope. If you have like deities or supernatural creatures like dragons, gods, goddesses, demons, sometimes it would considered to be a myth, okay? Mythology. But for like folktale, it's basically a fictional story told to entertain the audience and to teach them a life lesson. So like Tangkuban Perahu, Rawa Pening, Dewi Sri, what else? So anything with gods, goddesses, supernatural thing, it's included in myth. But in smaller scope, maybe... Okay, so maybe Timun Mas can be considered as a folktale. Timun Mas can be considered as a folklore, while Rawa Pening and Dewi Sri can be considered into myth. Is there any myth in Indonesian who really not popular? I think we have a bunch of mythologies which are not popular. Like when I was looking for a story or a myth, I stumbled upon this interesting story in Wakatobi. They are telling the story about how some animals ended up there, like how the animals got created to live in that area. There's a similar myth in Borneo, in Kalimantan, also telling about a certain animal who lived there. Timun Mas, for me, personally, it's kinda similar to Jack and the Beanstalk. Would Malin Kundang be considered folklore rather than mythology? Yeah, I believe Malin Kundang would be considered folklore than mythology because it's about a boy who always disobey his mother, and then his mother just cursed him to turn into a stone. Okay, guys, it's almost 1.5 hours now, and usually my targeted duration is about 1 hour, so I think I will just end the stream here. Thank you so much. Oh, about Candi Prambanan. Candi Prambanan kayak myth deh. Candi Prambanan, I think it's a myth because it's about, building the candi, building the temple. Yeah. Thank you, Flyfox Cat, for the donation. Thank you so much for the stream, madam. I really enjoyed it. Thank you Thank you so much for the support. Alright guys, so that's all for today. So feel free to talk with each other. And by maybe you can leave the comments so our so other viewers can also get recommendations for some mythology or even folklores, okay? Thank you so much. You might share your own country mythology if you want to. So our Indonesian viewers can also look them up and read about them. So you know, like how would Edward Elric say that again? Toka koka. What is that in English? equal something. Oh, wait, now I cannot say that I am an avid Fullmetal Alchemist fan because I just forget the English term for it. Equivalent exchange. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Janu, for helping me. Toka koka. Equivalent exchange. You can just exchange your favorite folklore or mythology at all times. Yeah. So that's all. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning, and see you on my next stream. Yeah, and don't forget, on Sunday I will have a collab with Janurata over there on my chat. We are going to do a watch along of Girls und Panzer on Sunday, 2 p.m. GMT +7. We will watch 6 episodes. So I'm aware that one season has like 12 episodes, if I remember correctly. So we are just gonna split it in half. Yeah, so for the first part, we are going to do 6 episodes in the watch along. So please look forward into that, and please make sure that you are watching from a legal streaming service. Okay? I will leave that to you. Yay! Time to nerd together. Please teach me lots about tanks because I know nothing about tanks. I only know about warships, guys, and fighter planes. I'm sorry about that. Okay, bye-bye. Layla Alstroemeria. Bye-bye. Jalan. Bye-bye. Hihi. Bentar, itu mana ya? Ending screen-nya mana? Punten. Oh,